Let's take a look at another part modeling example that I found on the internet. I think this one looks a little bit more complicated than it is. I'm going to do this mainly with two sketches. There's going to be a third sketch for the hole up at the top, and I'm also going to do this mostly with extrudes. Initially, you might think that this might call for a revolve, but that big chunk over on the right-hand side in the picture, that's actually a block with a bunch of big fillets. And so that's why I'm going to start out with a sketch that I will extrude. Let's start on the plane called right, and then I will right mouse click and hold and choose new sketch. Let me view normal to the sketch plane, which I can get to from the right mouse button. And I'm going to start out with a rectangle for that block. Let's go to the drop-down list and use a center point rectangle. I will snap right into the origin, and let's drag it out. It's going to be about 200 by 200. I will eyeball it and type in the values. And everything is black. And so I could hit the check mark at this point, but I'm also going to put in extrudes for the big holes going down the length of the part. You could do it with a revolve, but hey, I'm just going to throw it into this sketch here. There are a bunch of different ways that you can approach these problems. Let me go to the center point circle. And let me snap right into the origin once again. And I'll make the bigger circle. It's going to have a value of 150. Type in the value and hit the enter key. And then let's make another circle also snapped in at the origin. And this one is going to be about 100. And so this is good for my first sketch. And let's hit the check mark. I'm going to rename this. Let's keep the feature list nice and friendly. Let's call this the main sketch. Not exactly being original, but anyhow, let me rotate the model. And so for making the first block, let me go to the extrude command, and then I will select my sketch, and you can see that right now we're just getting the outline. I'm going to select all three faces in that main sketch, and we're going to go to a depth of 200, and that's good. Let me change the name. I'm going to call this my main block extrude. Main block. Hit the enter key, and then hit the check mark. And so there we have the first feature in the model. The sketch was automatically hidden, so let me show it again. And now we need to put in our long cylinder that is in the model. And this is one reason that I did this with the sketch and extrudes and did the circles in the sketch just so I could do it all here. What actually might make it a little easier is to start off with a section view right at the beginning. Let me choose the section view command from the right hand side, and for the section plane I'm going to choose the plane called front and hit the check mark. This also makes it easier for me to select stuff. And let's go to the extrude command. And I will select the inner circle and the big circle. Right now it is showing up as red because it's not actually going to end up adding any other new material in the model until we change the depth of it to a value of 500. And there you see it protruding through the block that was created. And the reason that I also had the first sketch containing the circles is because of that 500 dimension for the length. It is originating from the end of the part. So this is good. Let me rename this, and I'm going to call this my main cylinder extrude. And let's get rid of the number on the end, just because I'm not going to have any more cylindrical extrudes, and then hit the check mark. And now I'm going to create a sketch for the vertical cylinder and also for that vertical teardrop. Let's select the plane that we want to sketch on and just orient it a little bit. Let's hold down the right mouse button and choose New Sketch from the pop-up menu. And then I am going to, where's my command to view normal to the sketch? Let me try right mouse clicking again. There we go. And so now we can see from the top view. And let's see, for the vertical cylinder, the big vertical cylinder, let's create some circles. And I will snap into the origin and go out horizontally and make our first circle. And so we're going to have a couple circles here. One's going to be a diameter of 100. Having trouble seeing the number. There we go. There I can see the number. And let's plug in 100. And then snap right to the center of that circle and make this about 150. And then plug in the value for that. These sketches are in blue. So let's throw in a dimension to locate it. And we have a dimension that locates the center from the side. And this is going to be a distance of 100. And so there we go. All this is showing up in black. So that is good. Now let's go make the teardrop. And let's create some more circles. And I will let it, snap into horizontal. And let's see, it's going to be first circle around here. Let's make it about 50. Can't really see the numbers in there, but there we go. First one is 50. Let's make another one centered on that. And it's going to be a value of about 80. Punch in the number. And let's see, we need to have another circle over about here. And it's going to be a value of 50 and hit the enter key. And now let's throw in some locating dimensions. Let's go to the dimension tool and I'll locate the center of the two circles from the center of this circle. And this is going to be a distance of 250. And then the distance from the rightmost circle to these circles, this is going to be a distance of 70. Just trying to get the dimensions to line up a little bit. And let me hit the escape key to get out of dimensioning. I'm going to just clean up the dimensions a little bit more. Let's have all these locating dimensions in a line, and let's pull some of these different dimensions off just so that's nice and easy to read the dimensions. Let's pull the 80 here. Let's pull the 50 out over there. I just like cleanliness. All right, so this is good for this sketch. Let me rename this, and these are going to be my vertical sketch. Vertical sketches? Vertical sketch. My vertical stuff that I'm going to extrude. All right, and so let's hit the check mark. And so let me rotate a little bit sideways. Oh, wait, I forgot to put something in the sketch. Let's go back to the sketch and choose the edit command and then view normal to the sketch plane. We need to finish off the teardrop. I forgot a couple of lines. Let's go to the line tool and then let's have it go from one circle to the other circle. Let me hit the escape key and create another line. That would have been a good choice for like using the keyboard shortcut, but I like to show you what I'm clicking. And so let's put in some tangency between the lines and the circles, and line and circle. And that top line went black, and line and circle, line and circle. There we go. Everything is in black. That means that it is fully dimensioned and constrained, and we can see our shaded loops. Now I'm done with that sketch, and we can take this and we can rotate it a little bit so we look at it at the angle. And it's really helpful that I have the section view turned on. Now let's do the extrudes for vertical. So let's click on the extrude tool, and I'm just going to pick the outer annular region. And let's see, let's change this to a symmetric depth. We are adding material, which is what we want. And it's showing up red because it's saying that, hey, it's completely inside the middle of the block. Well, it's not going to be once we plug in our dimension of 300. Then it turns to black, and this is good. And so let me call this my vertical cylinder extrude, vertical cylinder extrude. I'll just use CYL. And I'm not going to have any other cylinder extrude, so I'll just call that, I'll get rid of the one on the end and hit the check mark. And let's see, the vertical sketch got hidden, so let's show it once more. And now we need to create our other extrude. Let's click on the extrude tool. Now grab the outer region and then the in-between region and then the rightmost circle. And let's make it symmetric. And we're going to add material. And again, it's showing up red until we adjust the depth to 180 as shown in the picture. That is good. Oh, you know what? There's something I forgot to throw in. Remember when I said that it's a big block and it just has a bunch of giant fillets? Well, I should have thrown in the fillets before I made the sketches. Let me use the rollback bar to go to this point in the model, and let me turn off my section view. And now I will throw in the fillets. I should have done that earlier, but hey, it's okay. I can always roll back in order to put them at a previous point in the history. And let's rotate so we can get the fourth edge. And so this is going to be a radius of 80. And hit the enter key. And then hit the check mark in order to get that. Let's grab the rollback bar and take it back to the end. And let me reposition on the screen. I'll use the keyboard shortcut of P. Let's turn our section view back on. And let's hide those two sketches that we used to unclutter the screen. And why did I do section plane 1? Let's just use front. There we go. And hit the check mark. And so that is most of the material that is going to be added to the model. In the next video, I will do a lot of removing of material. I will use that main sketch in order to remove material from the center. Again, you could do that in a revolve if you want, and then use the vertical sketch to remove the insides of this cylinder and the inside of this cylinder as well. And then we're going to have a bunch of additional fillets and then a hole up at the top. But the majority of the geometry has been added in here, and I will conclude this in the next video.